So this is interesting. This document is a PowerPoint that was uploaded to Reddit. It was shared. It says confidential on it, but I suppose it's moot by now what's actually in this. Wedbush is a securities and financial management company, and it looks like they put this together for our fine company, Intellivision. Investment highlights. This includes a bunch of old games that were done for the old 1979 Intellivision. We haven't seen Frogger, Asteroids, Burger Time, or Pac-Man, or Centipede on the Amico in any format, and Earthworm Jim, which is one of their marquee titles, was never really, didn't go anywhere. They've got a history of what Intellivision did in the past. Doesn't really have much bearing on what Intellivision's doing today. I mean, I don't think anybody really remembers the Play Cable service. It's not really online gaming as we know it. Being the first game to allow 16 directions and a 12-button keypad. First doesn't necessarily mean best. Anyway, moving on. The game market is expanding. This is for investors. Saying, look at this target-rich environment. All these places where there's money being spent. Doesn't mean they'll spend it on your product, but fair enough. There's our confidential with the running man up in the corner. Amico fills the white space in the gaming market. So their notion here is that new gamers are coming from mobile and they want to get into TV gaming for some reason, but they don't want to have anything good. They want to have something easy. Okay, celebrity endorsements include Ellen and Jessica Alba. We'll see about that. Target buyer is a parent between 30 and 50 with younger children in the home. Yeah, that jives with what they've been trying to say. Again, it's not who they really pitched at when they had the events with old time Intellivision guys, but that's neither here nor there. There it is. Hardcore gamers, small, casual gamers, 3 billion. Multiple revenue streams. Okay, this is Amico specific, I assume. They're going to start small, and of course, it's going to snowball into $793 million dollars by 2023. We're here, of course, and they've released nothing to date. So if this were to happen, it's going to be significantly delayed. I like this. They'll have lots of sales on hardware at first, and then it'll taper off by 2023 when software starts to take over. And the pricing for software says between $3 and $10. New games released into the marketplace weekly. Well, good luck with that. We've seen this stuff before. It's a bunch of straw man arguments. Oh, it's isolating, so complex. There are plenty of one-button PlayStation games. That's absurd. Yes, it's $500, but as we know, the Amico was going to be more than $300 by the time they actually come out, if they ever do. Expert-oriented, sex and violence, that's lovely. And predatory. Okay, loot boxes. This is also profitable, but they're not interested in that, I think. Amico is the solution. Here we go. I guess that should be a rainbow, this smear above the footpath concept, but $229 MSRP, that's gone up significantly if this thing were to ever come out. We've been there before. Simple controllers, this is funny. No need to control both X and Y axis. All right, is that a concern of people? I mean, we live in a three-dimensional space. I have a feeling most children, that seems like a boomer kind of thing to worry about. No need to enroll in tutorials or study manuals. Games are easy to understand and play from power on. Easy purchasable from online store, and once downloaded, purchase is there forever. Okay. We haven't seen their web store, of course, but that sounds like every other app store in the world. Perfect price point. Hey, this is new. Wholesale price of $190. 5 games at purchase. Features of a much more expensive console. Well, as we've seen, the actual price is going to be much more expensive. Using phones as a virtual controller so nobody will feel left out. Okay. Development is significantly cheaper than traditional software. It has excess manufacturing, printing, and distribution costs. Okay. Exclusive software, every game, new or retro, exclusive to the console. Biggest licensed companies from Pong to Tetris will be reimagined. Again, that was a concept. They didn't really implement it, but there it is. Edutainment, quality control, parents can feel safe. We've seen all this before. Outposition the current. Here we go. I love a scatter plot. So PlayStation and Xbox would be complex and expensive. Switch and Wii would be affordable and easy. TV plug and plays would be affordable, but not as easy. But here's Amico up in the top right of the quadrant. Ages 4 to 89 of all gender. Well, that's the most trans-friendly thing I've ever seen an associate of Tommy Tallarico say. Significantly lower costs. Not so sure about that. Retro and vintage popularity are at their peak. Okay, more press clips. That's fine. Oh boy, iconic brands, premium titles and licensing. Okay, we've got the Atari deal. We've seen that. Jeopardy, we have not seen. Not sure what that is. It's like a cat with sunglasses. Wheel of Fortune seems like it'd be the kind of retro thing that would fit in here. ACL is American Cornhole League. Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, Hasbro. I'm not sure we saw those, but okay. Currently in later stage discussion. Okay. So that's later stage discussion as an asterisk. That would be Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Sony, Warner, Transformers. Transformers, that's new. I haven't seen that before. Lots of boomer brands. Oh boy. Here are the principals. We've seen all these guys before. Tommy Tallarico, of course, the big mouth. Nick Richards, the money man. Jason, VP of production. Haven't seen much from him. Bill Fisher, VP of technology. He's been he's been a partner with Intellivision in the past. Phil Adam, who we know from Interplay, not listed on here, was his short-lived collaboration with Mike Kennedy of the Calico Chameleon. And of course, Hans Ippisch, who facilitated getting all the Bavarian arts grants. And there's Andre Lamothe, who did work for NASA. He recently said, oh yeah, this was done back in 2019. And somebody else claimed that it had been completely redesigned. So that's interesting. Baron Kaplan from Nintendo has her own marketing firm. She's not really an executive board member or advisor. She would have been a hired gun for this. The others, I know David Perry was an old friend and co-worker of Tommy Tallarico, maybe a protector of him at Shiny. He put in a bunch of money for this. We've seen Scott Smora for his Moon Patrol involvement. Go-to market, existing products and channels. Leverage Tommy as a promotional celebrity along with over 500,000 active fan base of video game live concert series. To capitalize on the nostalgia of the Intellivision brand in the 45 to 55-year-old segment. Well, he certainly did that, didn't he? Segment marketing of Intellivision brand and retro game market channels. Release of updated retro game titles from Intellivision and Atari game libraries. Continuation of consumer outreach to increase number of pre-orders. Oh, okay. Well, he certainly did that as well. And we've got a crude paste up here of Amico kiosks and demo events. Oh, look, celebrity, quote, activists, cross-generational celebrities and cross-generational brands. Ellen DeGeneres, Sean Astin, Jim Parsons, Legos and Vans, local morning TV show promotions. I don't think any of that actually happened. Modern Mom looks adorable though. Additional opportunities, esports. We are the rec league of esports. Okay, that's pretty cute. Esports continues to gain momentum. It excludes the casual gamer completely. There's probably no money in it. Amico will allow the casual gamer to compete with the launch of the gamer rating system. I think that was in the patent, but it, again, never happened. Healthcare, yeah, all this healthcare stuff is true of any video game. Here we have a stock photo in the bottom corner. They look like Sony controllers. I'm not sure we saw this specific photo altered to use the Amico controllers, but it's the kind of thing they would do. They would shop out the Xbox or Nintendo or Sony controllers and put in an Amico one. Tech specs, all right. 3 USB, two for charging, one for memory expansion, SD card, Wi-Fi, RFID, interactive guidance lighting. Yeah, I think we've seen this. There's our limited edition. Pretty neat. The controller is designed for functionality and simplicity with a familiar touchscreen disc and motion controls. Okay, I think that's reasonably accurate, I guess. Manufacturing. Avnet's turnkey and logistics solution. We haven't seen this name before. Avnet Inc., the lead manufacturing and distribution partner. Turnkey solution for supply logistics, contract manufacturer oversight, warehousing and distribution. ProScal Next, multi-tenant web-based application. Float for all work in progress components until shipping from manufacturer, and retail forecasting and fulfillment options. All right, I wonder if Avnet gave Tommy some of the numbers that he was crowing about in the Atari Age thread. They manufacture in China, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Mexico, and they warehouse and distribute in Germany, Mexico, and Phoenix. And their global distribution is currently in Canada. All right. Intellivision is heading in the right direction. Okay. Console component engineering and hardware design is complete. Executives in negotiation with 2 manufacturers. 22, this is winter 2020, remember. 22 playable games. Successful demo at E3 2019. Not so sure about that. Discussions and commitments from major retailers, including Walmart, GameStop, Costco, Amazon, Best Buy, and others. No purchase orders, no proof of anything, but discussions. On track to obtain channel partners and manufacturing by April 2020. Oh, that's 2 years ago. And they're on track as of winter 2020, which I assume is the first part of 2020. All right, there's some extra slides at the end. Game development. Let's see. We'll have some TV shows, some puzzles, some sports, some retro. Here are those names we saw again. Haven't seen the Turtles or Paw Patrol anywhere. Universal, Frogger, Warner, Nickelodeon, no. Marvel, no. Marvel and Disney, no. We've seen Mattel name dropped, but we haven't seen the content from them. American Cornhole League and Earthworm Jim. Oh, the marquees, of course, but we haven't seen that. Financial projections. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. So back in 2019, they'd be in the hole. 2020 also. But by 2021, everything would start to take off. 730,000 units sold in 2021. 1.2 million in 2022. 1.9 million in 2023. Wow. Oh, that would be hardware units. Hardware sales amounting to $424.9 million in 2023. Okay. Oh, and this is interesting too. Capitalization table. Looks like Mr. Tommy Tallarico owns 30% of this, 31% of this thing. Stephen Roney, 24%. Giant Entertainment, an outside board member. I don't know who that is. Nick Richards has 8%. Design Make Create 8% and other 15%. That's pretty interesting. And this is interesting too. We haven't seen this org chart before. Intellivision Holdings broken up into 5 subsidiaries. Entertainment for U.S. operations, GmbH for Europe, Games for low-risk game assets LLC for high-risk game assets, and Media Assets for trademark and patent assets. And that's all there is.